Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy New Year. What am I going to react to today? Well, I mean, you already see the title. But no, it's not going to be the Brandenburg Gate fireworks. I already watched that. For some reason, it said, yeah, 26 up there. I was like, is that the word for year in German? No. But it was really cool. But I want to react to the bank heist. That's what I want to react to. You got to love that heists in general are just alive and well in Europe. I don't know the last time there was an interesting American heist. But in Europe, they're alive and well. And they're definitely the coolest type of crime. You know, if you're going to be a criminal, breaking into the frickin' central bank and stealing all the crown jewels is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I don't really know what happened here. Other than I did see they used a drill. Let's go. This is by DW News, small and up-and-coming YouTube channel. Check them out, link down below. Let's go.
Now, it's being described as one of the biggest heists in German history. Investigators are now trying to work out how thieves managed to steal valuables worth tens of millions of euros from a bank in the western city of Gelsenkirchen. Police believe...
So it wasn't cash, it was valuables.
A large drill was used to break through a thick basement wall to reach their loot.
What?
Hundreds of furious customers descend on their bank, terrified that everything they own has vanished.
Do you guys not have some kind of... I'm sure you do have some kind of federally backed insurance for this type of thing, right?
I have entrusted and invested.
Then again, I mean, it's not like being reimbursed for your whatever these may be. They probably have sentimental value and stuff, but not. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. You would think there'd be insurance.
My savings here.
I didn't sleep last night. They're not giving us any information.
Oh my God.
Emergency services discovered the break-in on Monday morning after the fire alarm went off. Firefighters and police officers searched the bank for a possible fire, but instead of flames, they found a hole in the basement wall and a ransacked vault containing...
This is not what the inside of a vault I thought would look like. It's just like, looks like a storage facility in the bottom of an abandoned school. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy. That's a big ass drill.
Cash, gold and jewelry worth tens of millions of euros.
Have they been caught?
If someone had a safety deposit box, there's a high probability that it was broken into because 90% of them have.
Some victims fear their losses may exceed the insured value of their boxes.
Oh no.
I fear my mother's gold coin is gone. She passed away in 1988. My grandmother...
Wow, this is actually really sad. I take away everything I've said about them being cool, the criminals being cool. It's more cool if you steal something that, like, you know, not individuals own. You know, especially not their, like, this person's mother's gold coin. You know, I take it back. These guys deserve to be freaking... I don't know what. Something bad. Something I can't say on YouTube. Whoever did this. We gotta catch them.
There's gold bracelets, which I hoped would secure my daughter's future.
Ooh.
Investigators are still piecing together how it all...
especially after gold has, like, doubled in price this year.
...happened.
Or maybe more, I don't know. I don't follow the price of gold. Sorry, I know this is kind of stupid, but 2,600, almost doubled.
But they believe the burglars used a nearby parking garage to gain access to the bank.
What do you mean they believe? Is there a giant hole in the wall here or not?
Police say the evidence points to a highly organized operation.
I would definitely say this is quite spectacular. It is really unique compared to anything I've ever seen, heard or read. I have never heard of any similar case, except perhaps on TV.
Wow, that's so brazen.
No.
So did they do this on... When did they do this? Was this on New Year's Eve? Because that's obviously pretty smart to do that, while obviously security is going to be more lacking than on other days. To do it on like New Year's Eve or Christmas or whatever. It looks like it was 2 days ago. A little bit surprising to me. But okay. Maybe people are probably on a break in general in Germany between Christmas and New Year's, if it's anything like here in America. That's typical.
Arrests have been made and perpetrators are still at large.
They're still at large.
For more on this, we can speak now with Michael Levy. He's a professor of criminology at Cardiff University in the UK. Michael, we're going to show you some images on our screen right now, taken in the aftermath of this heist. Talk us through these pictures and what we can learn about how thieves pulled off.
Well, we all know Elon Musk invented the large drill, right? For his company, the Boring Company. He invented the drill. So it must have been him.
Off this heist.
Only he knows how to drill a hole this big.
Well, one presumes that they had some level of inside information. Otherwise, it would have been difficult for them to work out what was alarmed and what wasn't, what would be the best technique of gaining access. And there may be some previous video footage from the street or from inside the bank that people will be combing through to see how they did it. But of course, long weekends, as in, for example, the Hatton Garden London safe deposit robbery of some years ago, are not that uncommon a thing. They may be uncommon for the Sparkasse in this particular location, but they're not that uncommon, and people usually learn as a result of deconstructing how it was done on this particular occasion.
Well, the thieves weren't very fat. That's a fact. They fit through that frickin' hole. That's not a very big hole. So they're probably not American. Stupid joke. But yeah, maybe it was children.
To look out for...
Damn, they really ransacked this place.
The signs more carefully and to have some extra surveillance on long weekends. But it's a holiday season, and one may presume that there was less vigilance.
Kind of like disappointing amount of security inside the vault, I mean, these security boxes don't even look like they're like bolted down, I mean, I don't know. I don't know I don't know.
Holiday season, and one may presume that there was less vigilance than there would otherwise be.
Mm-hmm. Now, investigators, of course, are going to be looking very closely at that scene that we just saw there at the bank. What do you think their main line of inquiry will be now for them?
Well, they'll be looking for dissatisfied employees or ex-employees or contractors who may have installed security at one time or another. So that would be the regular...
Dissatisfied employees. That's an interesting...
thing. There are questions about, well, why didn't the alarm go off earlier if it didn't? We know that the attention of people...
I guess it's a little funny to me to say, oh, this employee must have been dissatisfied. Not necessarily. I mean, they probably... Assuming they had some kind of inside help, the employee probably just saw a security flaw. Or they were approached by some organizational, like crime organization. And they're like, hey, we'll pay you $1 million to tell us how to break into this vault.
Yeah, looking at security at times like this is sometimes a little bit distracted, so they'll be investigating that. But as far as looking for the offenders goes, so they'll be looking for past and present staff.
Well, I know what all the memes this week are going to be about.
Not just of the bank itself, but of security firms, which is one of the usual sources of information leakage.
Mm. Now, there have been many spectacular...
And they'll be looking for the backgrounds of...
Sure.
I always love live TV, the delay and the awkward moments it makes. I always love that.
Just going to ask you about the about how this fits in compared to other heists of a similar nature. There have been many spectacular bank heists throughout history, of course. How would you rank this one in comparison to others that you've looked at?
Well, it's at the large end of the scale.
Okay. Those wood racks looks like Grandpa's basement. That's not a bank vault. It's a laundry unit for canned food. This must be an inside job. You know, people always assume that, though, and I always think that might be a fault, like, not a safe thing to assume, you know? Like, getting information on this might not be as hard as one might think, you know? It doesn't necessarily need to be an inside job. You call an expert to tell us the same things my drunk grandpa could have put together. Buried gold in the backyard doesn't sound that silly anymore. There's definitely something to be said about that, huh? It's kind of interesting. Like, if you put your gold in a bank vault, everybody knows it's there. If you put your gold in, you know, the knot of a tree in your backyard, I mean, I guess you better hope that tree doesn't, like, close shut, but you're going to be the only one that knows it's there. No one's going to steal it. It's kind of stupid, but also, maybe it's genius. The thieves knew precisely where to drill a hole to gain access. Maybe they somehow acquired, like, the blueprints for the building, you know? Every Aldi has a better security system. Feel sorry for the average person that got their life savings stolen. Yeah. That's the not funny part. Especially heirlooms, yeah. This video is a day old, so I'm curious if there's an update. Like, did they find these guys? Everything I'm seeing is just saying that they are at large, that they got away with it. So far, at least. Well, that's insane. I do look forward to the memes that are undoubtedly coming about this situation on Friday. And Happy New Year. Except to those who got their shit stolen. That's very upsetting. But, well, I guess there's no silver lining about that. Hopefully the insurance comes through. Although even just dealing with insurance companies is bad enough. Anyway, or maybe it's federally insured. Hopefully. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.